Everyone. Hey, everyone. Carice, Carice, or just want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name right. Can everybody hear me okay? Give it a momentary second and just wanted to update everyone in reference to this court case. Give me a second. Hello. Hey, Beth. Hello. Kevin Smith. Thank you, Saint Sinner. We appreciate your prayers. We are definitely thank you for any prayers. We will never turn down prayers. Hey, we're just waiting a few more minutes for a few people to join in. Ramona, Beth, Think Center. It is crazy. Not it's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. You see what I mean in a minute. Yep. As Wilma. I think I probably need to make sure my music is turned down a little bit. Let me just turn it down a little bit. Better. Okay. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and get started up in here. How's everyone? Um, yeah. Javar, it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing. But we're gonna drill it down for a little bit. Talk about it. I kind of want to start going a different direction with a lot of these issues and a lot of the struggle. I just want to take a lot of the substance, excuse me, and take on these battles in a little bit of a different way. So, we definitely found a lot of things out today. I'm going to be sharing with you guys momentarily. Hey, if you guys aren't a subscriber, please subscribe. Go ahead and like my channel and give me like 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. I like throwing up the peace sign, so peace as well. Oh man, Brian, can't wait to hear it. Look at Brian. Brian, can't wait to hear this. Yeah, Harvey is doing this thing with traffic tickets and tickets. So basically, that's another struggle with the corruption in Harvey. But say, for instance, if you get stopped on a traffic violation, and they tow your car, which they're doing now, they're charging $1,500 to $2,000 to get your car out of tow. In a lot of instances, corruption at its best. Okay. All right. So give me one more minute. See if I can pull up Ryan's comment, and we're gonna play the video because definitely got to start organizing our stream, getting the content ready. Give me 1 second, okay? Sometimes when we try to pull it up, after the fact that this disturbs the stream. So 1 second, please. Oh, Brian, you're saying the words right out of my mouth, man. The kangaroo court in Harvey does need federal investigation. So give me 1 second, and I believe I have the video queued up from Ryan. Let's see. Let me see if I do. If I do, then good. If I don't, then let me go back and queue it up. Hey, listen, guys. I guess I'll go ahead and get started. Just 1 second. How's everybody's Friday going, by the way? While I'm waiting to do what I'm doing here. Hopefully you guys are good. So a friend's let me see something here. Okay. No. Our friends at the courthouse really did us no justice today, and I think Beth can attest to it, and some of the folks who are really out there. So here's how it goes. So today we lined up for court, and then I think the people who saw Brian and a few more of the people saw a long line of people who were standing there. I think when I got there, and I got there even early, like 30 minutes early, there was a line of about had to be about 30 people. And it's unusual, but it's traffic court, it's their hearing court. Sometimes they have low level criminal cases, so on and so forth. But mostly it's traffic, and it's a municipal court, so they're not fighting, or they're not adjudicating anything. All right, and yeah, we're not shocked about it. I was standing next to a gentleman who had three tickets, and I think his tickets probably were roughly about $200. Like I said, the thing about Harvey and riding through there, and I've seen it as of late, because they're in such a money crunch. They're charging people $1,500 toll charges. So I wonder who's getting that kickback. It's a damn shame. If you guys ever ride through Chicago, don't ride through Harvey, Illinois. I am going to suggest that you find that destination on the map and go all the way around it. You go through Hazelcrest, you can go through Posen, you can go a lot of different ways. So, all right. Not too happy about the court situation today, but at the same time, it wasn't a loss. It was actually a win in a lot of ways. So when I got there, again, the long line, the one of the leadership of Harvey Police um, called me up to the front, and the police officers were standing in there. Uh, Jedidiah and his people had already went in through the back door, and they were in the court. Um, Ryan wasn't allowed to enter into the courthouse, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'll probably end up showing you the video as well. But Ryan wasn't allowed to enter into the courthouse, um, and he is a victim on this case. So the people who were being, I won't even say who were listed as victims, would be myself, Ari, my daughter, and Ryan. And then on their side, you had Jedidiah Brown, Raheem Starks, Raheem Sharks, Keisha Stokes, and Alicia Sparks, right? So the four defendants were all there. They were all in court. Keisha was the young lady who attacked Ryan, right? So if I'm going to tell this right, they let Ryan, or they made Ryan stand out. They wouldn't be allowed in the court. And we said, hey, why is he not being allowed in the courtroom? Because he's a victim. And they said, well, we don't have that in our record. I said, that's unusual. And I said, and then Ari said, well, Ryan was, a part of this case too. So what's going on? So Beth and Ryan were standing on the outside. And I told Ryan, because he started to get upset, which rightfully so, because I would get upset too. They called me and I hadn't entered into the courtroom. Ryan was made to stand outside, and I said, you know what, Ryan, just hold on. Let me see what's going on, because there's something weird going on here. So as I begin to sit in the courtroom, the one of the leadership of the Harvey police said, hey, just sit down and, just wait. And, we're going to wait for you to get called. And so he came back. So we sat down, myself and Ari, and we were waiting. So then he came back and said, did you check in? And I said, oh, no, you just told us to sit down. So we went and checked in. So then as I went to check in with the clerk, she couldn't find my name on the database. And I said, well, that's unusual. I'm a victim here. So I gave her my former name, which I don't use anymore, Gregory Greer. And then I gave her Amir Shakur. And as I was giving her Amir Shakur, she couldn't find it in the system. So then they found one report, and it was on Ari. Ari was the victim, and excuse me, Ari was the defendant, and Jedidiah and all of these other people were listed as victims, and as long of Keisha Stokes. So I said, hey, something's wrong here. That's unusual, right? I'll get that troll off the chat. Don't worry about it. I don't have time or room, patience. And yes, we don't like Jedidiah. What? Go find somebody else to play with. Thank you. So back to business. No one in that building could find a report on Ryan, and guess what? No one on that report on our case could find myself. I wasn't on the case report. Isn't that something? So my name wasn't listed on the case report. Ryan's name wasn't on the case report. The only person's name that was on the case report was Ari, a defendant, and she got a citation just around that same time. So she got a citation today for spitting, right? So I said, okay, all right, so let's see what's going on here. So now the judge, and it's not, I don't even know if this man is a judge. He was an older Caucasian male, probably in his 70s, 60s, with gray hair. And then in front of the podium, because it's not really a courtroom, it's actually a city hall. So in front of the podium, there was I don't even know if he's a hearing officer. He's a hearing officer. He said it was attorney, but I'm even questioning that. So I'm probably going to end up FOIA-ing that information. But so he's got all these names, and he's jumbling up names. He's calling my name, then he's calling Jedidiah, and then he's calling all these other people. So Jedidiah and his motley crew, the INA crew, Raheem, Alicia, and Keisha Stokes are standing on the other side. Myself and Ari are on this side while they're on this side. And so he says, you know what we're going to end up doing is just giving everybody $100 citation. And I said, wait a minute, what? I said $100 citation. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. One second, y'all. I said $100 citation, that's not going to work. So he began to talk to Jedidiah, and I said Jedidiah, and one of the other guy, I don't even want to say his name, Raheem, was like, well, that'll work, $100. I said, listen, sir, this hearing officer, I said, first of all, I am a victim in this case. My daughter is a victim in this case. One of the victims, Ari said, one of the victims is still outside, and he's a victim and a witness in this case. Now, how are we doing this case? So he began to explain that, basically this is municipal court, and, basically we're dismissing it by $100. I said, dismissing what? What is there to dismiss? You still haven't told me. I am confused as hell of what's being dismissed. He said, well, I'm dismissing battery. I said, how can you dismiss a battery case against me when you haven't heard any evidence, you haven't seen any video, you haven't asked any questions, and how can you just dismiss it? And he said, well, this is a municipal court. I said, no, sir, that's not acceptable. Municipal court is, I understand what municipal court is, but first of all, this case shouldn't even be heard in this court. And secondly, we are talking to the state's attorney for felony approval. So my attorney suggests that we move this case. But what I want to do is I want to continue it for further discovery, because there's no reason to dismiss anything, and what you're talking about is letting these guys go for simple battery for $100. And it's not simple battery. This is felony assault and battery. And at this point, this is not even the case to be heard. So we came here to contest it. and I just need to understand what you're doing. So he said, well, just wait a minute, let me do this. I said, let you do what? He said, wait a minute and let me do what I'm doing. I said, what are you doing? Can you please explain to me what you're doing? So when that happened, hold on one second. Let me ban this troll. All right, Stanley, you've been banned. Peace. Peace out. So when this hearing officer, he wasn't even the judge. The judge was actually hearing other people. He was a hearing officer. So he had us again on this side, and Jedidiah and the criminal side was over here, right? So I begin to get agitated to the point to where it's like, I'm really not understanding this process. You know, this is a court. You're not asking for documentation. You're not asking for anything. We're not even asking this to be tried here. This is not a question. It is not even a question, but it's the demand. You need to continue this case to be heard. So when, after a few minutes, the police came and stood there in between us, one of the chiefs and 2-3 officers. And at this point, you know, I said, sir, what are you doing? He said, well, you know, this is a municipal court. And I'm like, and I understand that, but I'm saying you guys are trying these defendants and you're allowing them to go and pay a $100 fine on battery against me, and you haven't heard anything. You haven't asked me any questions. You haven't asked me to speak on it. I said, listen, this is an illegal thing. This is a problem. This is a problem. So I begin to get agitated and I begin to yell and a little bit louder. And so Jedidiah and the team, Jedidiah started saying, well, you know, we don't want to have continuance. When I asked for the kid, we want to go ahead and pay the fine so we can get out of here. All right. I'm going to tell you something about that later on. So as he's going and suggesting that they're going to pay the fine to this hearing officer, again, I'm not even sure if he was he told me he was an attorney, but we'll find that out really soon. So Ryan's still on the outside in the meantime. He wasn't even able to come in. So at this point, they decide that they're going to let these people pay this $100. And I said, sir, what you're doing is illegal. And, you know, it's going to be a problem. So I'm just letting you know. So then I started talking to Ari, and Ari had some questions about, you know, the process. We stood there for another 3 minutes, and then they decided to get whatever paperwork and walk out the door. I saw Mayor Clark peek his head in the door and went up to the bench probably a few minutes later. So we were waiting for paperwork for Ari because they had a complaint against her. And at this point, one of the leadership of the police came and said, well, listen, you can take this to the state's attorney's. And I said, well, no, I'm not supposed to take anything anywhere. I signed complaints. There's video evidence that this should have been charged as a felony. And you guys said that you were going to do that. And you're supposed to refer this over to the state's attorney's office and not us. It's not our job. You were supposed to do that. And he said, well, no, all you have to do is go to the state's attorney's office. I said, no, I don't. So in the meantime, I guess I'm not sure if they paid this $100, because here's the thing. We won't know if they did or didn't. But if they did decide to take that, the good thing about it is now they pled guilty to the charges, and they're so unintelligent that there's a record now to show that they are guilty for the simple battery. So at this point, it is our plan to go ahead and erase the charges and take this to the state's attorney's office. Oh, by the way, when I say erase, they erased all of the case reports, they erased all of the documentation, but let me show you something real quick. They erased all of the files with myself, Ryan's name on it, and they just charged Ari as a defendant. So this right here is a whole package with documentation, case reports, and case files from the incident. And it has the Harvey police information on the other side. So I'm like, how the hell did you erase that information out of your system? Highly, highly, highly illegal and unethical. And give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just doing a little bit of house cleaning real quick. If you guys see any trolls, just put the name in the chat. I'll remove them. I just removed 4 people. So, we're going to let them do their thing and understand that they're on the loose. Somebody said Reaper. They don't have anything else better to do. So yeah, so going back, so that's why Ryan wasn't in court. That's why they made Ryan stand outside, because they erased our whole case files. Not only did they erase our case files, but the only thing that existed was a charge against Ari for spitting, and that I asked for a continuance, and that's going to be continued until November. In the meantime, we've talked to the state's attorney, and they are willing to take on the charges. So we're going that route. And even if that doesn't happen, we still have civil charges. Now these folks are so stupid, y'all. They have criminal charges, which they've agreed to, but even though they were not done right. So now we have a justified corruption case, because it is totally illegal and unethical in every state in America for you to erase a legal case report. Listen, I've got the case files right here. Ryan has the same report for himself. Ari has the same report for herself. There's over 1 million people that's seen this viral video. So for them to think that they can just erase charges and allow this thing to disappear and expect us to be okay with it is it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm still dumbfounded by the whole thing. So I am going to show a little bit of Ryan's video. I'm going to pull it up and just show a little bit about it. When he was out today and they left him out of the courtroom. And I said, after they did that, I said, Ryan, make sure you go live so we can documentate as much as possible. And that's what he did. So give me 1 second while I pull that up. And then I'm just going to entertain some of y'all questions. And I'm going to talk to you about the path ahead. So today was not a loss, by the way. Today was a victory, because when the city goes through, one municipality goes through this amount to manufacture or dismiss a case, and they blindly start erasing documented files, legal files, criminal justice files, systems files, it's not a good thing, and definitely gives credence to our corruption case. It's not like we don't have the paperwork and the documentation that came directly from them. So it's crazy. It's just never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. And how these people think that they're going to get away with it is just beyond me. But hey, we're going to take care of it. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to show a little bit about Ryan's videos today and when he was outside. So give me 1 second. From 4 hours ago. There we go. Stand by. Our system's running a little bit slow. What questions do you guys have real quick? I'm going to take some questions while I'm waiting on this video to upload. Ramona, yes, that's illegal. Blessings to you, Grace Levi. Thank you for your work. Got a long way to go, but the tables have turned. Today was a definitely justified table turning thing, okay? So present all the evidence to the state's attorney. Yes, we will, but we'll go further than that. So here's the thing. You know, it's just so many ethics violations. I mean, now if there was a smaller case, and even though the situation that happened with me was 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 substantial, now this thing is doubled. Now this thing is doubled with the corruption, doubled with the manufacturing of evidence and tampering of evidence, and we have a strong federal case now. All right, 1 second, chat. We're gonna go ahead and it's crazy. It's gonna be Amir Shakur speaks at Gmail. I put it in the chat. Amir Shakur speaks at gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to me, okay? Appreciate you. And yeah, so and yeah, that it was not a loss. So give me 1 second. So Jedidiah is no advocate. And IMO, many people haven't done the research in his past, and everything that he comes turns out disastrous. Oh, believe me, I know. I've been dealing with this. Unfortunately, I've been dealing with this person for the better part of 10 years. So that's just that. Stanley's gone. It's crazy. We got him. We got him out. Yeah, Jedidiah Brown. Yep, he's going to be prosecuted. And again, with him paying today, he just admitted to a lot of the situation. But we are going forward with a civil case, which they'll have to present evidence and documentation in there against Harvey police for gross mishandling of this case. And we are presenting a federal level corruption case, and that'll have to be done in conjunction with the state level and federal authorities, but that's in the making as well. So it's just today was amazing to me. I'm dumbfounded, but it's also a turn. So give me 1 second, guys, and I'll take some more comments, but I'm just going to show the video. I'm going to share the screen. Let me share the screen. And I'll backtrack just a little bit. Let's see. Let's go right here.
Oh, your grass is a little too high. Here's a $500 ticket or whatever.
See if we can hear him.
Have all these empty buildings?
Let's go back to the beginning.
And nothing has been done to him by the city of Harvey.
Right.
We will just.
Right. Yeah.
Let's go back.
They're trying to keep us out.
Well, I'm a witness on that case. And
Yeah.
I should be in that building.
Even though we were, just so you all know, we were beat up by some of the mayor's thugs. And they're doing a kangaroo court trial here today.
Where I can't even
Which
be
shouldn't
a
even
witness
happen
in the
here.
court, and that is not justice.
She was
I
assaulted,
observed
I was assaulted and
two
battered.
assaults.
Yeah. By the
Where the
mayor's
Harvey
people.
police did not file charges on Jedidiah Brown for the assault on Amir Shakur and the
Tell 'em
assault by Keisha Stokes on
Right.
Ryan Sinwalski, and
Right.
they did not file charges.
That's right. So the alderwoman's daughter attacked
Listen,
me.
You are living in a town where there is no justice, and this is the United States of America, and we should believe that there will be justice when we are beat up.
Right. So
Well, Harvey is not doing justice, and their police are a kangaroo court.
yes, exactly.
I agree.
Yep. So if you didn't do it, don't pay those fines. They'll stop ticketing people if you don't pay, but you have to appeal to Markham. Because we can't even get justice, and the mayor's thugs beat us up.
Yeah. So
Violated my rights when I was arrested in Harvey meeting. He came out to die, and the other people that assaulted and battered people on July 14th, and that's not okay. That's right. They're trying to sabotage Hassan by blocking you, protecting the mayor's interests. Yep. Mm-hmm. So yeah, friends. I know a
By
lot
the
of
way,
people are
hold
working right
on
now, but
one
if you
second,
can,
guys. I'm
friends, or
gonna
anybody, just look up the
so
number.
right. So here's Hassan and his I don't know if anybody saw the video. This girl was arrested because Jedidiah and his security guard, Raheem Starks, filed charges in saying that she assaulted and kicked him, which she really did. And they were in court as well. So Hassan was there as well. So it is straight up crazy. It was crazy. Hold on one
Number
second.
and put it in the chat for Harvey City Hall and tell people to call. I know it's 708, but I forget what else. Actually, wait, maybe it's on the flyer here. Maybe this is on the flyer here. There's Magana. See Magana? Here's the number, you guys, right here. See it, friends? Right here. Right here. 708-210-5300. So if you're watching this, call that number and say you want justice. 708. Get him, girl. What the hell?
They'll be under Illinois judicial review.
What the hell?
So here's Trina. Trina's actually walking up, and she's standing with Ryan at this point. So the voice that you hear is Trina.
Here's Trina Downs. Thank you. And she, she's trying to make a big sting for us, which we appreciate.
12
p.m. Trina, what did they tell you?
They said that they haven't started court yet, and none of them know who the judge is.
They didn't even start court yet? What the hell? Well, Amir said he saw Keisha Stokes in there. She's in there somewhere, but they won't let me in. They won't let Beth in. The guy that...
You pretty much in the front. How long you been in line, Beth? Since 14 minutes. How long was you in line? Was you here with
We've been here about... Oh, yeah, no. I've been waiting since noon. Yeah, but...
So, I just wanted to stop right there. And let me fast forward that to a little bit to the point whereas so Keisha, the girl who assaulted Ryan, actually walked out, and again, I believe that they all got $100 fines. But with the $100 fine, you can actually maneuver and erase those in the system. But again, I don't understand. Someone said something, so let's see. I agree with the statement from you, Grace. Grace Levi said, I'm happy that they took it to this level. And yes, they did take it to this new level. And because they took it to this new level, here it is. I'm excited that they took this to another level. Yes. It does show that they have gone through a length of corruption that is unheard of and unadvised in most situations. So, again, on the backside of it, there is a two-way street here. People, I'm going to finish showing the video, but let me just share this part. Jedidiah and his people will face justice because now they've just admitted to doing what they did. So now it's just a matter of having the charges heard in a real case and escalated, because they were not charged for assault and battery. They were not charged for what they actually did. So they paid if they did, and I'm sure it's going to be removed out of the system. So because it'll be removed out of the system, we can definitely go ahead and have the state file the appropriate charges or approach it civilly. So yeah, doing this way was just an amazing and extraordinary mistake on their part, because it really shows their corruption. Hassan, let's see. So Javar said, what's the update on Hassan? Hassan and his attorneys were there. They asked for a continuance, and it was his employee. And also, I don't know if you caught it, but Hassan and I were in court yesterday with Jedidiah, and Jedidiah, he's a defendant in a case where Jedidiah actually lied and said that he was a resident on the property that Hassan has. So he got a restraining order and against Hassan, and then he said Hassan violated it. So it was definitely a lie. So I'm sure the courts will prove that, his attorneys will prove that. So that's going forward. And his case and my case was continued against Jedidiah till October 31st, Halloween. And if he comes down, he doesn't even need to wear a jail suit because he can wear one, and it'll fit really well. So and it'll be good for Halloween. So that's that. Okay. I'm behind in the video 20 minutes now. How many questions? Okay. No, not many questions. You can go back and rewind it. So give me a second. She claimed that she quit her job. Okay, they're talking about Stephanie's running for county Democratic committeeman today. Excuse me, not county, but Democratic committeeman for the township. That's what it is. Okay, hold on one second. Yep. Trina was there. Trina was there, Grace, your friend. Let's see what else. So let me play a little bit more of the video, y'all. I'm going to get back to that. So
and he had a case. He left in the vehicle with Marshall Holloway.
Press your.
We was waiting on that.
So this is the line of people who have been extorted from Harvey. A lot of these tickets are, like I said, $1,500, $2,000 toll
They want your
ticket.
money.
It's crazy.
They want your money.
They want your money.
That will help stop them from doing these things. And that detective right there, they want your money.
Let's see.
And
So Ryan was standing outside. This is 20 minutes into it, and he was in there 10 minutes. So here we go.
I
want
don't
you
know,
to
or
see
if it's the younger guy. I saw the younger guy one time.
Why are people saying that court won't end till 10 o'clock at night? That shit ain't
Here?
never happened before.
No. I think.
Okay.
Well, last time
Because that sounded really motherfucking strange to me.
Last time they just continued a whole bunch of people. They just said you have to come back.
Yeah, because ain't nobody in here.
Oh, it's it. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, I know.
So that's Trina again with for those who don't know Trina Downs. She
They're
has
just trying to keep everybody stay calm, get your wallets out, just stay calm.
she has a YouTube page. She's a YouTuber.
But money. They just want to get money.
That's Officer Magana.
Now
The
today,
head of
even
the-
though this isn't even the right forum for it, there are 4 offenders that they're supposed to be held accountable for beating up people on July 14th. These are the people that are associates of the mayor, Jedidiah, and his group. But I'm not allowed in. Another victim wasn't allowed in, and we don't know what's happening. I want to see. They should be getting some sort of justice, right? But they won't let us in. So I hope that summarizes it for you. It's true, yeah. I did see Shelby was there behind us earlier. So somehow Beth said she saw Jedidiah was in there, and then I'm sure Jedidiah was in because we've seen that before. They give him preferential treatment because, again, he is working with the mayor. He's protected by the mayor. So they let him in, and then supposedly he left. Beth said she saw that he left with Shelby one of the INA people and somebody else. So I don't know how Jed left when I'm one of the victims and I wasn't even allowed in yet. So I want to see all 4 of the attackers, and I want to see how they're going to be held accountable.
So again, if you guys are just joining, I'm just gonna say this. You know, Ryan wasn't let in today on the case. They erased myself and Ryan from the case. They erased all of the case reports, so there's not a case narrative about the attack or anything in the system. And the only thing that stands right now is a citation against Ari for the spitting. And the state's attorney never, the hearing officer, he said he was an attorney, never allowed me to pull any information, never asked me any questions. He just pretty much said, hey, we'll give you $100 citation and you guys can go. And he told Jed and his people that. And yeah. So going back to Clarence, Clark really messed up this time. I agree. And the feds, yeah, I mean, you know, when you're doing clear extortion and criminal corruption to this level, it's just amazing. And we are, Kevin, pressing civil and criminal charges against Jedidiah. And the thing is, in Clark and the police department, and we announced that as of Monday, and we will be taking action. The thing was just to get through this case and see what it was. And we knew that they were going to try to pull some kind of shenanigans, but we didn't know it was going to be this far, but now we know. Tasha Holloway was there with, yeah, I saw 2 girls with Shelby Shell, or excuse me, 1 girl with Shelby, which, you know, hey, they don't matter to me. But anyway, hold on 1 second, y'all. Extortion is a heresy charge that would have to be proven in court. Estoppel action may be a problem if unproven. Estoppel action. Okay. Thank you, Status. I'm not sure what the question was that needed to be re-asked, but you know, if you hold on 1 second. Okay. Just go ahead and repost that question. I'm going to play a little bit more of the video.
Harvey said they're going to hold their hearing here, so, and I'm a victim. I want to hear it. I'm here. Why don't you let me in?
Yeah, but the officer that told us the 5 minutes, I seen him walk by and they told him, like, yo, you just came to the door. He did something, giggled and waved his hands, so he probably lied. Yeah, he was like, oh shit. Like, right, lied.
So we're just waiting again. I should be allowed in, and I want to see what's going on with these people. Justice should be done. Of course, they're not doing anything.
It's great that I just heard what you said. I saw your comment. I got it. I agree.
They took out 1 week and complained about having to pick her kid up.
All right, Beck coming hard on us. Hold on 1 second.
We're still waiting outside. They do this on purpose. It's all bullshit. All the money is in Harvey, aka traffic court. He wanted us to share that, so we will share that. 9, 10.
Oh, no, let's look at this.
40. That guy's was paid like $40,000 in 1 month or something. Was it $20,000 or $40,000 in 1 month? Like, what the hell are you doing for the city of Harvey, for us taxpayers, that you're gonna get that much money in 1 month? That's the city comptroller. He has access to all the books. Our elected, he's hired, by the way, our elected treasurer, who's supposed to oversee all city finances, she has no access to the city books, or very little access, according to her. Let's look. You see all the Harvey cop cars again? 1, 2, 3. That's the mayor's vehicle. 4, 5. I see at least 7 Harvey police cars. Remember, they are here to protect the mayor and his staff and to get money from people and extort people. That's all this is about, guys, today. I just wanted to show you and take a look, because this is where they're telling people like Keisha that attacked me, and I'm sure others, if they don't want people to see the truth of what's really going on in Harvey, they're sending people out the back. So I just wanted to just take a look and.
Okay.
So yeah, go look into Lewis Williams, everybody. That's the comptroller. He knows where all the money is. You notice he's really quiet. He never says much of anything. And that's how Clark wants it.
Status Quo had a good question, guys, and I just wanted to address it. So here is a rhetorical question. How does anyone get justice in Harvey, Illinois? To be honest with you, justice in Harvey is a contradiction. It's a contradictory statement within itself, Status. So, there is no justice in Harvey at this point. And just remember, the feds were just in Harvey doing their investigations less than 6 years ago. The federal investigation. I just want to play a little bit of that for you, because I played it, but I want you guys to see that. And today Harvey is still plagued with same issues. I don't believe we lost today. I think we won because we made them go through extreme lengths to do what they did, to literally erase a case report. I'm going to stop speaking about this in soft context and be a little bit more aggressive in the way that I'm saying this, is because it's just phenomenally stupid to literally erase a whole case report after you've given us the documented evidence, and we have the hard copies that came from you guys in black and white, to erase it out of the system. Oh my God. Hold on one second. So is there somebody making crazy stuff in the comments? Because guys, let me know. Put that name up. I'm not for it today, and we'll get them out real quick. Okay. Shy Girl. Take Shy Girl out. All right. Shy Girl, are you causing problems? Because right now it would be the worst day to cause a problem. What's the problem? All right. So let's get back to what we were talking about and the things that matter. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not going to be on too long, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about so this is a blast from the past. I'm going to play this video. Give me 1 second. Hear it, because I'm hearing it in my ear. So 1 second and I'll cue it up. And by the way, if there's any comments about the case today, before we get out of here, I'm going to tell you guys what we can do in order to get the support, how you can support, and how we can move, where we go from here. So give me 1 quick second, and I want to share this file. And by the way, while I'm waiting, let me cancel this. While I'm waiting, just so you know, we are looking at, let me start the screen, I'm sorry, and pull it back up again. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes live is really rough. Nope. Here we go. This is what I wanted to share. Okay. Let me add this to the screen. Give me 1 second. So this is when Mayor Eric Kellogg, the former mayor before Clark was on, and Clark had been on duty for probably the better part of 6 years now. So I just wanted to play this and let you guys check it out. So
Pay to play in the South Suburbs. A former Harvey police officer is indicted. But as CBS 2's Jamont Terry explains, could his brother, the former Harvey mayor, have played a role?
All is quiet here at Harvey City Hall, but the feds keep shining the light on what the Kellogg administration did here. The former mayor's brother, Derek Muhammad, is accused of shaking down towing companies in order to do any business in Harvey. Nearly 3 years after federal agents raided Harvey City Hall and the police department, the corruption continues to unravel. New federal documents show a grand jury indicted Derek Rick Muhammad for extortion and bribery. This is Muhammad in 2019 in all black after the feds charged him with obstruction of justice after doctoring a police report to hide a gun in a towed vehicle. Muhammad worked as a Harvey officer for 8 years until the raid. He oversaw the department's traffic unit, where he had exercised discretionary authority to assign City of Harvey towing work to local private towing companies. And the feds claim it was pay to play for years. They say Muhammad obtained cash payments and other things of value from private towing companies on the understanding that the private towing companies were paying Muhammad and individual.
So doesn't that sound familiar, guys? Remember when I told you guys just at the top of the call that Harvey is charging $1,500 to $2,000 to tow people's cars on minor traffic violations? And if you go through there, listen, I got 3 tickets out of Harvey last week, and I basically received over $300 in charges. They didn't tow my car, thank God, but it's crazy. So, this is the hustle that they're doing, and this is one of the things that caused the federal investigation. So it's crazy that they mentioned that. Let me pull forward and I'll let it play.
If those funds were not sent his way and to the unnamed person, it would interfere with the ability of the private tow companies to compete for City of Harvey towing work. And while the indictment doesn't name former Mayor Eric Kellogg, another one of Kellogg's brothers, Romel Kellogg, and the second man, Corey Johnson, were arrested for extorting payments from a strip club. They turned an eye to prostitution for cash payments. Now Muhammad faces his own extortion charges. And with so many in former Mayor Kellogg's inner circle, not to mention family members, getting charged by the feds, Kellogg himself has never been charged with a crime, but it remains unclear if it will stay that way. In Harvey, Jamont Terry, CBS 2 News.
Jamont, thank you.
All right, that is that. Let me go back. So the beat goes on, the corruption goes on, and we are not in a fight, but we have just pretty much the tables have turned now. And I want to thank everybody's support up until this point, because we are looking more precisely at a higher level corruption charge. So dismissing the case today, erasing the case files, was the worst thing that Harvey could have done. Where we need you guys' help is we need you guys' help to make this thing go viral. Share this information. We'll be putting out as much information as possible in reference to the who's, the what's, the where's, the whens, and the whys in the days ahead. And I don't think this is not even a hard prove. Take it from me, someone who's criminal justice, to simply erase a case file out of a database is really going to work real bad against these guys. And for whatever reason they did it for, if it was to help Jedidiah, or was it because Harvey didn't want to assume the liability of this battery case, which is probably, I would go for a little bit more number 2 than number 1. Whichever way to do it, it was the wrong thing to do. And it was a blatantly obvious violation of ethical and criminal law. I mean, I can't think of anything worse. I was a former investigator of fraud. I was an economic fraud or financial fraud asset protection investigator, which is crazy because I know someone else who claims that. So maybe he heard that I was, and maybe I don't know. Maybe that's what he became, but that's quite possible as well. Let's look at the comments. The women who lead are the most thirsty trapped. Okay, that's something you guys kind of going in a little bit of a different direction, and maybe you're talking about Jets people and INA. I got you. Beth, I said I always liked you. We spoke in the past. I have no bias towards you. Okay, Beth. Make good reports to the FBI. It crazy. Okay, we will, and we are. So here's my thing. The word extortion, or excuse me, the word corruption is knee deep, and it's been in the history of Harvey. Today was an example of high level corruption at its best. And we definitely expressed our opinion. I definitely, myself on the inside, Ryan on the outside. For them not to even let Ryan, who was the defendant in the case, for them not to even let him in the building, it's just an amazing. And I immediately told Ryan, make sure you go live right now so we can document it, timestamp it, and let's go. Amir, you may want to take a beat before reading my NY comments, because some folks I came for, the INA folks who show up trying to act like they're crazy over here. Listen, I know it's real. Hold on one second. I just started a job in Harvey. Am I safe? Leslie, if the job has anything to do with city government, take it with a grain of salt. You might want to just make sure that your job is secure, but I would not suggest anything in Harvey municipality. It's the level of corruption is so high. You don't have to take my word for it. Just read, research, talk to people, and look at the news of the last few years, including now. Lot of corruption. So hopefully that answers your question. Yes, when you go through Harvey, listen, if you drive through Harvey, guys, and you have to, make sure everything's in order, make sure you document it. If you got body cams or dash cams, keep them going. Kimberly Merrills, if it was a fair fight, he would have. I didn't get, Kevin, what Kimberly Merrill said. Okay, let's go back. Seems like just because you didn't win the fight, you have a problem with it. No, Kimberly, come back with a better argument, because it wasn't about the fair or fairness of the fight. It wasn't a fair fight to begin with. It's about criminal people doing criminal things and criminal activities just because they feel like they want to and get away with it. Number one. Number two, it wasn't just me involved in this thing. It was Beth who was assaulted. It was Ryan who was assaulted. It was my daughter who was assaulted. So your argument doesn't stand up. But I mean, I wish you would stop trolling and take it somewhere else, because if you say one more negative thing, I'll take you out of this. I'll block you. So hope if you are a legitimate person, then you can rephrase it, or maybe try to adjust your phrases another kind of way, because what you're saying is totally, it's opinionated as hell. And it doesn't make sense. And yeah, Kimberly, we were watching it from the beginning too. So you're trying to say that your logic outweighs our logic when we know what we were saying. Maybe you should go back and watch it several more times, because obviously, maybe the narrative that you're seeing is not the right narrative, unless you're looking at Jedidiah's narrative. Which video were you watching? But even his edits show that it was not what he's claiming it to be, but it was criminal activity. When you go get into somebody's personal body space and violate somebody's personal body space, then that's where your problem begins. So go back and watch the video, educate yourself on it, and then come back and then try to ask some more questions. Until then, let's find another direction. Appreciate you. Clarice, we are glad to have you. Yep, we are. Scott, up and coming court dates. Hall versus YouTube. That's the Shea Hall versus YouTube on 9/3. We have Flint versus Jedidiah on 9/4. We've got somebody named Amir versus Jedidiah and Hassan versus Jedidiah on Halloween. And guess what? Jed doesn't have to wear a Halloween uniform because he's already wearing it, y'all. Oh, wow. Thank you, Scott, for sharing that information. We appreciate you, man. Scott, Denise was asking, do you have Zoom info? You know what, Denise, if you send me your contact or if you have an email, we'll make sure you get the appropriate Zoom information. You know, and if you want to put your email in there, any one of us can get you that information. Or you can go to the court website on the days of and just make sure, and everything is on the court's website. Maybe there a Halloween day. Well, you know. Right on, and howdy, Scott Johnson, status quo, our secret agent, status quo, our secret agent, right? I don't, however, the Northern District of California Federal Court would have it. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott. And listen, just know, guys, we are working just like Scott showed. We have these cases. I'm going to tell you, we are moving forward and we are not losing cases. We are actually turning the corner. When these guys have, let me just remove this. When these guys have to manufacture evidence, when they have to tamper with legal evidence, it becomes a whole nother scenario, you know, and it boggles my mind. I am mind blown that they would go and they will remove these documents. So this is not a win for Jedidiah. This is a huge loss because, number one, he definitely admitted, him and his team definitely admitted to the crimes that they committed when they paid that $100 bill. So, you know, and then if they decide to take it out of the system, now we have evidence to show that they are continuously tampering with cases. This is extortion, it's corruption, like none other. It's not even extortion, it's corruption like none other. I don't know why I said extortion. There is financial things in there, but I mean, extortion wouldn't apply. I apologize. All right, so I just banned Kimberly from the chat. I don't have no time for foolishness. Stop the troll. Thank you. If I had a round of applause, I give it a round of applause. Sorry, my chat spot was blocked for a minute. Okay, good. Hey, Kevin, we got him. Kimberly Mills, no one spit on you if you didn't get your face, you didn't get in their face for no reason. Exactly. You know, self-defense there's several theories behind self-defense. I mean, you know, you have your stand your right, you have the castle doctrine with stand your ground, I'm sorry. You have the castle doctrine, and I mean, you know, you have a lot of things going on behind self-defense, and just know, you get in somebody's face, there might be consequences. Jed has THD, the Hindered disease. Okay. Right. Javar. Oh, man. Denise said you look great, by the way. Let's just play one more thing, and I just wanted to show you guys something, and then I think we'll go ahead and get out of here. But you know, what I think you guys can do, and for the legal folks around there, the criminal justice folks, I just want to go ahead and, you know, we want to just look at some of the options that we have. So I just wanted to kind of share that, and then we'll go ahead and end up closing this stream out. Okay, what is this? Okay. I don't know why people think that trolling does anything, man. It's just you guys wasting a lot of your own time to do stuff. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna share the screen. So this is what I think is going to really apply to where we're at, and just wanted to share this a little bit because I think it's not only do I think it's a good thing, but I think we have to really drill this down. Okay, so I don't think. Let me see if you can see it, and if not, then I'm going to read it. RICO investigation. You know, it's the Racketeering Influence Organizations Act, Corrupt Organizations Act, I should say. It allows the prosecutors to charge the leaders of a criminal enterprise even if they didn't directly commit the crimes. Investigations involve extensive background checks, intelligence reviews, and enterprise. The purpose of RICO investigations, targeting organized crime, holding leaders accountable, broader applications. And, you know, one of the things that I do know from just research, RICO is a standard that has been used when they couldn't get mobsters. They would get mobsters from RICO, you know, and you know, I think that we can define it, but you know, what is it? You know, what is it? What is it is that it's just there's a lot of things that fall under the different statutes of RICO, you know, but I do know that a lot of times it's organizations, and not only is it when they can't get the one individual, but they can anyone. The standard is anyone who is involved in the investigation. They don't have a high level of burden of proof, so you know, basically they can get the henchmen, they can get the leaders, they can get the middleman, and everyone else if they can prove that they were simply involved in the activities and created the criminal crime. So RICO is real, y'all. And I don't want to underestimate that this may even go into a potential RICO charge. It's really up to the Fed. So, you know, just kind of want to weigh in about that. I haven't heard from anything from Mr. Brown as of yet. Let me add it back to the stage. Haven't heard anything from Mr. Brown as of yet. We will have some additional follow-up once he makes a comment. And, you know, we'll see where this goes. I think that at this point, by the way, I think at this point, the ball is in our court. They didn't win today. He hasn't made a comment as of yet. Give me a second, guys, and then I'll let you guys go. Hasn't made a comment as of yet, but I mean, we'll see if he actually does. And we'll take it from there. And I'll tell you what, guys, let me say one more thing. Any clips, 3 minutes clips, 3 second clips, 5 second clips, 10-second clips that you have, you know, there's still an ongoing PO, an order of protection against Jedidiah and myself. If you have any clips to justify, or you see him reaching out, if you see him doing anything that would violate the order of protection, look up orders of protection. We'll go over that a little bit maybe next time around. If you see him violating that, send me that clip, and I would love to add that. And I appreciate the work that everyone's done. Minion, Late Night Crew with Deshae and the guys. Deshae's court case is coming up with Jed. I love the work that everyone's doing, so we got to continue that and keep the motivation going, keep moving forward. And we'll take it from there. Let me take some more comments, y'all, and we'll be getting out of here. Denise, by the way, said, Beth, I'm sorry about your husband. May God be with you. Ditto, Beth. And listen, Beth's going to be on next week with us, Beth and Ramona, and just to talk a little bit about the way the path is ahead. So Ramona, Beth, you know, these guys are like soldiers, and I'm very proud of the work that they've done in standing in and standing by. So, you know, Pusley, Joseph, Minister Pusley, Joseph is, he was with us out there today. So Denise, it is a loss. In February, the Lord started my dealing with me about Larry. I resisted, but the Lord gets his way. He prepared me that he was going to take him back home. Yes. And Beth was definitely a trooper. And, we are definitely in Beth's corner. So, prosecutors, I'm their new state prosecutors, I'm their new state attorney's office. State's attorney's office will take the case once they see this video. I think so. I don't even think we are actually in conversation with the state's attorney, just so you know. I really didn't put that in there, but we've been in conversation with the state's attorney's office, so we know. Yep, he is a poor command. Listen, a commander, I wouldn't even give him that level of credit, by the way. I don't know where that comes from. What non-for-profit or organizational structure outside of a military has a commander? That's something that somebody made up. It sounds stupid. Oh, Beth, days before Larry went home, I assured him God would always bring people around to love me. Yep, I do believe that. And, we definitely are in your corner, Beth. Hey, guys, if you haven't liked the chat, if you haven't liked my stream, if you haven't liked my channel, Amir Shakur Speaks, put a like on the stream post. Put a like on the channel, follow and subscribe. It's non-membership. We're not asking you to donate to anything. We just want you to donate your time and share some good information and help us solve these cases. Vivian versus Jed is coming up on 8/26, y'all. Vivian versus Jed. Okay. Any last comments, concerns, criticisms, anything? Hold on 1 second. I'm going to play. Denise said, Beth, I know it's hard. A few years ago, I lost my father, who was the last connection in my family. And then my boyfriend died 2 days earlier. Derek on Friday, Daddy on Sunday. Life's hard. Yes, it is. And you know what, Denise, we will pray for you. We'll all keep you in our prayers. And that's it. That's it. So stay strong, y'all. Sheila put the commander on the strike form she put against channels, and it's crazy. I did. Okay. Yeah. Well, we know his people: Shelly, Shell, Sheila, Ashley, all of his people. Listen, I was looking at a conversation with Jedidiah and his mom. And very, very interesting. And the reason why I say it's interesting is because, it's terrible how people can, say that they're on the side of God. And, and I don't question what God is doing with people. But, when you're out here doing the types of things that Jedidiah is doing and, claiming to be a person of God, it definitely is questionable to me. So, let's take that to heart, and they can share this information with the court or whatever he wants to do. And, godly people don't do the things that you guys do. So I'm not going to pray for you. I'm just going to have pity on you, and I'm going to feel shame for you because you guys call yourself people of God. That's all. My wife, Beth, lost her first husband from lung cancer. He was 37. Sorry to hear that. Clarice. Denise said, thank you, guys. And listen, guys, I think we're going to get out of here. Was there anything else that I missed? Anything else that you guys, anything else that I can do for you? Hey, I shared 2 videos on my channel, just so you know. Let me get this off the screen. I just wanted to let you guys know I shared 2 videos on my channel, which I want you guys to check out. The first video was the Thornton Township ban against Jedidiah Brown, to ban him from Thornton Township. And I think if we have our way over the course of the next few weeks, I think he'll be more than just banned from Thornton Township. I think it'll probably be a permanent vacation, maybe behind some federal penitentiary bars. That is what we can wish and hope for. Give him a little vacation, y'all. That would be wonderful. It's a fantasy of mine. Hey, listen, on Jedidiah, INA, Cooking with Frank, J9 Eve, go into their chat. Do not let anything, anytime you hear a chat, anytime they post a comment, challenge them, challenge them. If you disagree, if you don't, then that's fine. But sometimes people don't even want to follow. But the best thing to do with people who act outside of public interest is to stay in their face. We don't run from challenges. We don't run from ops. We stay in their face and we face them down. This thing about me crying like and all this, I keep hearing, listen, I'm walking around here with a broke finger and a broke eye socket, and I wasn't crying and moaning then. And guess what? That was excruciating pain. So why would I have been whining to the point to where you were talking about Jedidiah? It makes absolutely no sense. And if I did, maybe it's because I was getting kicked in the face several times. But let's see how you do so well if the same thing would happen to you. Listen, I don't put any credence in anything you have to say. We're over July 14th, but you will continue to pay for what you did. And it's not just my situation, the situation with Beth, the situation with Ariel. No one's afraid of Jedidiah Brown or anybody on his team, and these criminals will be prosecuted. Mark my words. Hey, y'all be cool. Y'all keep it straight. Keep pushing. Keep in these guys' face. Yes, he needs correction. Denise, you can go back to the video and watch. If there's anything, feel free to reach out to me. Amir Shakur speaks, but we appreciate your support. He needs correction. He needs correction in a correctional facility, and he will get the correction that he needs. All right? Hey, y'all, listen, I'm going to get out of here. I want you guys to big up to you. It is crazy. And thank you. I was listening to you yesterday, and the last few weeks I've seen you, and you are on point. You are so on point. And thank you for y'all's strength, status. Thank you. You are correct. Take the long view on today's proceedings. Yeah, it is the long view, because what we had today was amazing, man. I mean, we had these people going through unheard of lengths to throw a case and shit that you just don't do. Ethically, every violation, everything that they could have done was violated today. Everything imaginable. If you are in criminal justice, if you're in law enforcement, if you are in even administration or logistics, everything that they could have violated got violated today. I can't think of one thing that they did which was right. From locking defenders outside of the case, outside of the courtroom, known victims, to letting defenders go without even hearing the victims, without hearing testimony, without anything. And just to think that we were going to sit down and accept that is crazy. I told the leadership of the police who I was standing next to, I said, you know what? Y'all getting ready to go down. Y'all got a serious fight on y'all hands now. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. Absolutely. I would absolutely sue the city. Listen, it's already started. We started before today, and maybe that's another reason why, Scott, that they're doing what they're doing. Erasing things. Right, Beth? Sued not for being admitted into a public building, civil rights violations, and for the cover-up. Exactly. It is crazy. I mean, if I were these guys, I would be in fear for not even my job, but in fear of my freedom, man. Listen, I'm gonna go. Y'all be cool. Thank y'all for watching. And if y'all got any questions, or if there's anything, please feel free to reach out to me. Amir Shakur speaks, and we're gonna face them. All right, we're gonna face them down. So thank you for all of your assistance, and we'll definitely take it from there. All right.